Yes, indeed. Welcome to Inferno, everyone. I'm kidding. I got to be right back, so.
What do you mean? You did such a good job.
Indeed. Heroic and complexity, the likes of which, wherewithal, the game begins. Over to you on the desk.
Straight up.
There we go.
There we go. It was only partially on.
Let me just run it back. Heartfelt fuck you, Thorin.
Damn.
Put that in your YouTube series.
Take this clip from the stream.
Yeah, right.
A little cheeky head stack here from Def. And who is that? They're all 5 going to creep.
Well,
he
that's
needs one.
unfortunate.
Oh.
That is quite unfortunate.
One more hide and found. Freiburg.
No rotation at all because they think it's going to be A. Which, to be fair, after you lose 2, you might just run back. Now he calls it. Now the rotation comes in. There's mollies are going to body you. Nicely done.
Wow.
Oh, that worked out.
Yeah, he's able to stay alive behind the new box, and now it's going to be tough for complexity. But if there's mistakes made by the guys on Heroic, they might be able to actually do something here. Pistols on the CTR having more health right now, but a headshot is a headshot on the pistol round.
The health is going to be a factor at this point in time for the complexity guys.
Maybe they'll 2v1 this guy, yep.
Smart. Damn,
Okay.
that's so smart, man.
Yeah.
Muddy's going to be in a tough spot now, though.
He has time, though, to peek them, maybe get one.
There's so much damage done, though. If he can get this first guy... Oh, he's not going to know.
Wow.
Well played.
Actually, if anything, I think Freiburg there actually overextended. He was safe.
He could have stayed alive a little bit longer.
Right, on the
well,
D-box.
that guy was swinging, but yeah, probably another second or 2 at least.
Yeah. Because he was coming from Ruins, I think, his teammate, right?
Yeah, but there's smoke. So, yeah, he could have said, come.
Right.
Ultimately, though, like the best player was, as you said, the decision to just 2v1 the guy who was going into the
construction. Yeah, no,
super
smart.
Because that basically turned the whole round.
And we're going to see, instead of waiting for the 3rd round full buy, we got Heroic, Eagle, 3 ZZs, and an ump right here, which is, maybe they're going to do a little banana retake or something with this head stacking. Huh.
That was so important last round, too. Complexity lost the 2 entries, but it was not the 2 that had the nades. They both had the utility left.
Oh,
the
yeah,
smoke and the
yeah,
mollies.
for sure. They were lining up.
That was easy.
Thought that would have went a little deeper to be able to get a little bit more damage off to EA right there. But Stanislaw with the old get right positioning here as he's waiting in alt mid for the flanks. Your teammate was very annoying at one point with this, Robin.
Sorry, what'd you say?
That he was playing like get right there, Stanislaw alt mid. Do you remember the old like lurking circa 2015?
Right.
Even earlier than that. The sad thing is as well, you even know he was going to be there every time, but you could never catch a time.
So this is actually a frustrating anecdote because we used to scrim them when we'd be over there, and Chris started getting mad because like we knew he was lurking, and we're obviously playing. It's a completely different game than playing most teams at the time until Envious started doing it more with Happy. But we'd be in scrims on Inferno, and we know he's alt mid, so they would start setting up for B exec, and I would just like push boiler and catch Chris alt mid, and he'd be like, "What the fuck are you doing during your scrim?" And I'm like, "Bro, you're the only guy who does this. Right. I'm gonna try to go kill you," because he was so competitive, you know. Because he was, whenever it was working, man, his score would snowball so fast. He'd have 23 frags.
But that's the thing about the lurking role, because the lurking role will always only be successful if your team on the other side of the map is successful in taking the bomb site. Like if let's say that we never had success in like B executes, for example. Getter just never gotten kills, right? Never gotten the flanks, really nothing, right? Like there is one like super famous like clutch that he has. It's like a 1v5 versus the old like Russian VP versus Dosha and stuff on Inferno, where he's like by himself. I think it's a 1v4.
But I get your point. A lot of it was at the time Adam and you doing a great job getting into the sites.
Right, exactly. And, because that obviously gives Getright a lot of space.
Well, plus you think of the knock-on effect of that is that when people know Getright's there, especially if like they can't get in there and kill him, now you know if you're the team in the site, well, if they're rotating, it has to be through the spawn. So that's an even easier one. We know they can't have come mid, they can't come. It narrows down the options so much that like you're going to win so many rounds.
Exactly.
But if both parts work, it's going to be insane to try and deal with.
No, there used to be cases where Getright would literally not even be like lurking, but people were so scared that they were running out of time. They can't even have time to defuse because they were just waiting for him to like try and lurk. Where he's like, in reality, he's just holding our flank from like literally just in like B tunnel or like banana or something.
Sure.
Like in that
look at
sense,
this aggressive
definitely
push
worked
by
out.
Mertz.
Nice.
It works out as well.
Interesting as we see with they
pretty
keep
nice.
the umps here. I was production's asked me a question, so I didn't hear if you said something about the kill. Didn't mean to ignore. But I was thinking with these umps, they're probably going to do some kind of big blow up exec late with all the utility.
That's right. You're on 9 p.m. time.
It's Ukraine time.
Right, right. Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah, this is perfect timing. Yeah, okay. Makes total sense now.
You alive over there, Trace? You awake?
Oh.
No, I just
Popping
realized
off.
that he came back from Europe just yesterday.
Oh, yeah,
so
you
he's
got
like,
in good. You got some sleep, huh?
Yeah, man. I got in at like roughly 7 or 8 p.m. because of the hour-plus taxi Uber.
Plus, nowadays the sun goes down early here. You get that beautiful skyline.
Yep.
He'd be rolling, stargazing, you know.
Oh, there will be some gazing of the stars tonight.
Oh, it's tonight as well, huh?
Okay. Maybe some gaping of the stars,
No,
depending on how lucky
probably,
they get. So.
probably not any gaping.
No?
Can't think of.
I know you're always rolling with that black monster, so
Yeah, man.
listen, that shit'll
How
shit'll open your eyes. It'll open all sorts of things. It'll open doors for you, motherfucker.
It's the dumbest shit that makes
it's-
it the most prominent, right?
It's ridiculous, isn't it? You know,
Like, whatever, man.
all
Thanks,
the great
PewDiePie.
material we're spitting all the time.
Here's the exec. I like this little spawn B split. Forecasted though, so Mertz is ahead of that a little bit. He's going to be able to get one more shot off, maybe leg. Yay. Or not yay, but whoever that is in spawn.
Yay.
Is it?
It's Kanye.
Shaz yay. Shaz is going to get that op, and if he can, save this, because this will be big going into the next gun round, but he's unaware of that player front mid who's going to try to come
Dude,
to a
Jordan,
close range fight.
where's the video of him making it rain with you?
Shaz, with
Where
Bobby
is it?
Shmurda song.
Yeah,
we're
Sean
boot
and I were
camping.
talking about it. It was
It's
so
Shaz.
There's a
good.
Renegades introduction. Oh no, you're talking about Shazam, right? Okay.
Yeah.
I thought you meant
So
like the
good,
Renegades intro where they were doing.
No,
that.
Shazzy did it.
Imagine at the height of Bobby Shmurda's entire career when, that one song, Hot Person, was very, out and open. Like,
Is that
number
what it
one.
was called? Was it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
Is
that's
that
it.
the radio edit? Was
Yes,
it? Yeah.
yeah.
Okay. Right. The clean edit. I see.
Yes. That was good. That was a good time. Anyway, yeah. Counter-Strike and stuff. Welcome.
Yeah, big for Shazzy to keep that op. They still have pretty solid money here on T side. With this new economy, they're buying even if they lose this one again as well. Well, would have been old kind of on economy either way. I guess it would have had like 4+ for most of them. Like some kind of big A hit's about to come in.
So, just hypothetically, of course, at what point does Lurpitz's brother go from coaching this team to Ints?
Well, the problem in the past would have been they weren't a good enough team, were they? So you would try and get a better squad if you could
Yeah,
and get
of
more
course.
money in it, But now they probably get approaching the point where they have the money for it, right? I know they're like partnered with that hockey team
Great
that's in
push
like
there.
the Lahti Penguins or something,
Right.
which is like Natu's hometown.
Right.
Well,
That was a great play by Stanislav, really quick, just to say that. That was a good hold by Heroic. They should have lost that site completely. Mertz, they had pretty sick aim. Just got
You want to
caught
know
quick.
something sick? Is that if you talk about Shazam, right? So when he was on Cloud9 and was just around the period when, I think, wasn't that when you guys lost to Denial?
yeah, that was the one where
Yes,
he's
yeah,
got
yeah.
the...
And everyone laughed,
Yeah.
right? Because at the time, who's Denial, right? Look at the players on that team now. It's like Naf, Daps, Nitro.
Automatic.
The team's straight fire. Look at the players on it,
Dude, I don't
Look at
remember that
this.
actually. Yeah.
It's like an
this.
ESEA LAN.
Guys,
Right.
what have we just missed right
I know,
here?
and that was
That was
like,
an Expo Flash
and that was
mid.
actually one of the big
It all
things that
fell
like
apart.
pushed our team over the edge of
Yeah,
like.
obviously, because
was
at
that
the
when
time it
Hiko
was like
was
so
still on it?
shocking.
Well, that was
Yes.
the last...
That was the last
Hiko had
one.
already said... And
That's when he brought
was
us to
done.
dinner?
That was the last
that
one.
was when we were going to dinner as a team, and it was real awkward.
I mean, you should know if Hiko's buying you dinner. Something's going bad.
Nobody was buying anyone dinner there. It was
Okay.
kind of like real squeaky bum time. Of the moment.
Expensed.
Yeah, it had to be expensed. Had to be.
Anywho, yeah.
Well, in that case, it was literally going to be expensed. Because you were going to be
Expensed.
losing Spencer.
Yeah, that's not
So I
bad.
did
Okay, that
Not
one's
bad.
pretty good.
Not bad. Not bad.
Wow.
Yeah, okay, that is a
we
shocker
were-
of a round.
No,
I
it was
looked
wild.
over for 1
Yeah.
second. Everyone
It
died
was,
mid.
it was the one Expo Flash in mid, right? And then
and they just all peaked as
Yeah,
this
here we
there
go.
set up
Yeah.
right here.
Yeah.
Yep.
good timing as well, because they were very fast on that as well. Like, look at the time. It was only 9 seconds in.
CZ gets 3.
Yes, indeed.
Yo.
Got me stargaping.
Welcome to Stunna's property licensing department. Yes, indeed.
That's not me, man.
Okay, who was it?
I don't know, but I don't want to claim up to that one.
All right, well, fair enough.
I think I just started hanging around people from that little island of yours, the UK or whatever.
Yeah.
Like, I started hanging around people from there too often and just started picking up on taglines.
Listen, every region has its strengths. So obviously, Sweden used to be the best at Counter-Strike. UK, we're the best at talking. It's our language. You guys here, the best at having money. Everyone's got their own strengths.
Yeah, I'd say it's kind of worked out in the big picture here.
Wow.
Yeah, Counter-Strike.
I mean, it actually has. Like, jokes aside, we've even said this joking if it's true. If you think of some of the people who, in terms of like success in CS, they should be forgotten. So, like, I'll give you an example. Semphis, who was on your team, hasn't been in a top team internationally for literally like 3 or 4 years now, but has made so much salary, still actually kept his career going, being on all these teams that if people knew how much money you could make on these squads, that shows how huge CS has gotten now. And in fact, America's actually the best spot to be in that sense. There's no guy who's on like the 7th best Swedish team making like 10K plus a month. That doesn't exist.
No, but I think we're getting to that point.
We will eventually.
Maybe not top 7, right? But like, for example, in Sweden now too, we have like an official Swedish league.
All right.
Right, like you know, like NHL, like we made it to that too. So like that's I can't remember how many teams
it's
we
like
have.
the SPL, like what do you guys call it?
Yeah,
British Pro League,
SPL.
sick.
Yeah, I knew that. I was just guessing.
Yeah, no, that's great. You're like, well, what could it be?
I always wanted to go.
Let's narrow it down.
There's always that team next to DreamHack and Jönköping.
Right.
That arena right there. There's games a couple times, but I just couldn't make it.
Mm-hmm. But I think hasn't Semphis been on a decent team like last year?
He's on Splice, mate.
Well, I mean, they were still in Pro League.
My point is, in the past, you had to be on like an internationally relevant team to have any chance to make money and have a career.
Yeah, but you can say the same thing about just the news.
So again,
about,
we're watching a match here. It's heroic versus complexity.
No, I was going to change the subject.
I was going to change. This is good. This is
good.
But
even MDL teams are getting salaries now.
That's true.
Exactly.
Right?
That's my point. It's gotten crazy.
Right?
Yeah.
There's a bunch of them, right? Like E United, are they in Pro League or are they in MDL? The Cooper's new team that joined?
Oh, yeah. E United?
Yeah.
They're definitely salaried. I mean, because it's
but
right?
are they in Pro League?
I'm pretty sure.
Oh, okay. No, but there must be like a bunch of teams in MDL, not the stream teams, obviously, that's making some sort of salary.
Big nade.
On a full eco.
But it is a super weird time. I like to think there's some legacy players, so to say, right? That not necessarily they left their legacy, but they were a part of something at a crucial time, and somehow that's carried them through.
No, but here's the thing. This is actually where you're starting to become more like a sport. Because in traditional sports, once you're not a top player anymore, you don't just retire instantly. You know, oftentimes you're like, right, I go join as like the veteran player.
Yeah,
of this
or the
team
local
here.
team that I used to grow up in and whatnot.
Yeah,
and I continue
or
playing.
Or the one that you started playing your career and you know, yeah, you keep playing until the end. You just sort of close it out, don't you?
That's what I actually thought, like in the sense of Hiko, for example. I feel like he did somewhat too. Now, granted, he never got. He had like a 1 year period.
Freiburg's still relevant. He's still in a team. Still gets to go to tournaments.
Yeah, exactly. But he
doesn't have to be in the best team anymore.
Exactly. And I feel the same for for like people.
Like that's the thing, actually. I wonder for Fifflaren if it hadn't, because obviously the time period when you actually retired from NIP was basically before CS:GO went massive and popped
Right.
off.
Like it was like the worst time.
If it had been sort of like it is now, would you have just kept playing for another team and tried to go elsewhere?
No.
But you'd already left your mark, right? Like, why?
Well, I was honestly, I was done.
He did. He went and played for OGC.
I was done. Like, well.
Oh yeah, that's right.
No, I literally needed like a year after I stopped.
Okay.
I did not, like, in the sense of just playing, I did not do that. Like, I was just so done with Counter-Strike at that point.
Yeah.
So I would have never done it, even if it was to this point. Now, could I say that knowing if I was like, oh, I'm going to be making, a lot of money?
10 times.
Am I still going to say
10 times what I used to make in
yeah. No, right. So, like, it's such, like, but you say that, it's always going to be the worst time to retire.
Of course.
Right? You can even say that about, that's the reason why these, like, old school 1.6s are coming back. They're like, oh, there's money in the game now.
Yeah.
It's like, what can I do?
At this point in time, no joke, almost every really good 1.6 player who was good at the end and didn't bother with CS:GO, they tried it and they didn't like it, almost all of them at this point in time have talked to me and said, like, yeah, I wish I'd just given it a couple of years,
Right.
Especially, obviously, the ones that were amazing. Like, an example relevant to the Danish scene is obviously Trace. He even has started actually playing recently. He's been playing some CS:GO, but
Yeah, but
it's going to be hard to go
a little bit too
from
far,
nothing, you know, and 6-7 years.
People got to
later.
remember this game has been out since 2012 now. Like,
This game's a little older.
It's going to be real tough to get into a team if you start.
That's going to be 7 years starting next year. Yeah. And you're like, well, I'm taking a break out of competitive game. Like, can you really do that in any sport, you know?
No.
Well, I haven't done that in 7 years. Let me just go back and.
Flash didn't quite work.
But then again, if you throw a pitch to King Griffey, can he hit a home run?
We don't know that sport.
Okay, whatever, dude.
But to the point,
Big fan of pitch and catch.
But that's to your point, Duncan. Like, who says that Trace can't join like tier 3 team and just get some salary and play on like a lower level? You know, maybe go on to like one event or two. Or
yeah,
I mean,
it could be in complexity.
It should be easy to say join tier 3.
Next event you could be playing.
Me,
yeah, you and Shazam, the old gang, back together again.
Back together.
For a second,
I
wasn't.
Could get you, Shazam's doppelganger, and then the Fifflaren twins, Nex and Fifflaren. There you go.
All right, that's pretty good.
That's the complexity for next year.
That's all right. You can be my daddy, Stunna.
All right.
Who is your daddy and what does he do?
Okay.
Kindergarten Cop reference.
What was that from again?
Kindergarten Cop.
What's that?
Kindergarten Cop.
With
Yeah.
Arnold? Yeah.
Kindergarten.
So that's like a movie that has so many quotes that you can do. It's amazing. And you're like, put that cookie down. It's pretty sick.
Old films.
All of a sudden,
top fragging here for complexity.
There's a nice little Rap A strat just now by coL, and still good money on both teams, so no one's really run away with it yet. Esatag, does anyone know? Has he always lived in?
No,
like Denmark?
He grew up in the U.S. I think.
That's okay.
Really?
I didn't even. I didn't even need to know that. He said like 2 things to me, and then said something to someone else, and I was like,
American.
"Whoa, what the heck?"
So I think that, or I think
Danish
one of his
kid.
parents are American.
Okay.
Yeah,
Right.
you could totally hear
you
there's
can hear
something
it.
more flat in his tone.
He doesn't have the typical Danish
Yeah.
accent in English.
They don't talk like this, and all in the throat, and all goes down, and then back up again. At the
Heads
end
up, little boost there by Shazzy. and the boys.
Not bad. I'm getting there.
No, I don't think so. That's terrible.
This is one
I'm
of those.
going to keep trying. I'm going to keep trying until I get it. So.
This is one of those interesting decisions. Oh, I thought Heroic wasn't going to have a rotator. They will, and they spread thin, and that's a bad time for Stanislaw to die, as now they will be able to keep 2 at B confidently. Freiberg. Ooh, one back past him, though. This is a very winnable 1 versus 2 from Shazam if he gets to plant quick and gets good little positioning in the back corner. Maybe a little boost coming in from the CTs. I'm not sure. That would be isolating, though, so probably not. Current play a lot of.
Oh, he's gonna do it.
Ooh, what's a little repeat? A lot of the
Shazib.
pros nowadays are really just doing the thing where they sit in the edge of the smoke and they wait for it to pop up on radar. And so I'm surprised they didn't. They could have hid Spawn in the edge of the smoke and just seen if he's new box and then strafed away or came back. But either way, it's tough. Opera's new box, man.
Nice little 4K.
No, for sure. Like for instance, when we last ESL 1, I played with Cloud9 at coL, and like Oscar was here, and like multiple 1v3, 1v4s against us, and we literally still felt like we could lose them retaking the site because when you can't spam an object like that and you have a good opper around the corner. And we talked about this the other day. You were asking about Shazam's opping and what level we think it actually is, and in those scenarios, he's super solid. He's you're not gonna say like, oh, he's as good as Device or Guardian because he hasn't done the same things in the same matches as them. But that's where it's like the difference is almost negligible in a spot like that. Like you could still, as when you're a solid opper, you could dance around new box on Inferno and win 1v3s. It's good to see him standing tall. Now 7-4, complexity getting a little bit of momentum here.
Yeah, it's not looking too good.
Android keeping that Mac 10. Every time I see that, I always just think like Hall's Pop comes into mind.
I mean, look at Heroic Spy, right? And obviously, granted, maybe not guessing that they will keep a SMG, but they have no head armor. This Mac 10 could really do a lot of damage here.
I'd like to see like an early B control, chill for a bit, let him waste nades, and then like a late Hall's Pop with that Mac 10. That'd be sick. Let Shazzy go up rap late with his op, just some cheese shit.
Got to get that cheese shit going. 7-4.
What is it? Cheese Whiz. That's the
Yeah, the stuff in the canister.
Oh my gosh, dude. Literally cheese shit. And Mertz. Bringing the Hertz. As an android to have the Hershey. Words.
And then he's going to have to help his heart by having a certs.
You guys can do better than
that was
this.
closer.
I was trying to think even, like, could I go somewhere with it without saying a word? Like, you could just say, like, something like someone's name, but one of those bad freestyle raps.
Kind of
So let it die. Shazam might catch a lucky pick here. No, but a heads-up molly there. The map spread thin, and, oh, man, I feel like every round I watch Inferno and I see a little radar up there as an analyst, I always want to do, like, the masterful hindsight breakdown, because you can kind of already tell what's happening. You see how they're fading towards B. You see they're trying to draw a little bit out of A. They're going to come hit late B and, like, explain everything in depth. I think it's cool to feel like at this point in the CS scene, a lot of viewers understand it, even if they don't play at that level. Some might have just died behind us.
You definitely can't tell they're coming banana if you're the guys in here right there. You know, you couldn't believe that they were still going to hit it at 20 seconds. You know.
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I can't blame them for not rotating. There's no
yeah,
real reason
for sure.
to. No one gave them any.
No,
this
is very normal CS, which is like.
No, your point's correct. It's
yeah.
like, you know, if you're a fan there, because it looks so obvious, like, oh, they're heading there, why don't they rotate now? It's like, you have no reason to. And in fact, teams will just wait and then at the last second still go to the site they smoked, you know.
Yeah.
It's part of the mind games.
There's some cases where, like, this was seen, they actually used to call it the Team 3D back in the day, which 3D used to famously, it would be like 3v3s and they'd just all three play a site late round. So there's always that option, but, like, right there, that's very, like, Swedish, right? All the Swedish teams back in the day were very notorious for just standing strong in their spots. Just like 3 people here, 2 people here, let's fight. Play aggressive, don't over-rotate. So that's always like, that's like...
We never gambled.
If there was like a war book of like the history of Counter-Strike and like Sun Tzu over here made a book, that'd be one of the initial like textbook, I don't even know what you call it, protocols or something, just like...
No, that's the thing actually. The Swedish teams
a
were very famous for playing like correct Counter-Strike.
Simple but correct,
like famously in 1.6, even though you could do like Deagle, Force Buys and stuff, they never did it ever. They just always used only the USP, or you buy full round. And even then, you never do like 2 farm ass, you do like only 1, you know, you make sure you
they
get
weren't
the
there to
money
waste their time with
because the thing is, they actually had the logic correct, like in Astralis now, which is like, if you really do have the best gun rounds and the best team, just save for a perfect gun round and win all the gun rounds. You know, that's how you win the game.
Yeah.
Whereas, believe it or not, fans, in every era of Counter-Strike, there have been tons of NA players who were like, just let me get this Deagle, bro. I'm gonna hit this nutty 1D.
Yeah, let's get the fire under our feet, yeah.
That was always what the mentality was, you know.
Sure. But then again, how much does that tie into like the Kobe convo we were having yesterday? If you have someone like Danny back in 1.6,
sure,
who obviously was hitting a lot of these shots, like, if you're in a close match and your money's fine, do you let someone like Danny have a Deagle so he could just throw a little tilt into them? He
a little bit of spice.
A little spice. He can get that one shot, that one kill to make a player change the way he's playing or something. I don't know. So but yeah, that is, going back to it, that is the difference. The Swedish style is very like, let's not even bother with that thought process. And yeah, it'd be a cool book to see in the future. And Mertz, man, that's a second or third time he's just peeked into Oppers. Shazam punished him at B earlier, but he's doing a great job kind of just getting these advantages for the team. I've heard a lot of good things about him as an aimer. Him and there's one other guy who played with Optic recently. What was his name?
Oh, Gade. Yeah, he's on North
who has
now.
sick aim.
Yeah, he does have pretty good aim, actually.
Yeah.
Because they're using him as sort of like an entry-type player in North now. He looked good.
AKers need to get out up front right there, call for the flash from Stan, and swing. This is where I don't mind that Def's up there because he's holding, but yeah, the guy's on the ground.
There we go.
Need to trade.
10 seconds left. Mertz just basically won the round.
Stay alive as long as you can. Interesting.
So who wins this map and how do you think? Tough call.
Yeah, Inferno is like famous for just like someone wins pistol and then gets ecoed, so it's so hard to tell.
Well, were you guys on the couch when Heroic played Energy? They played on this map. Well, you weren't, obviously. One of you were for sure.
Was it the first game of the day on?
Day 2. Yesterday.
You
played it.
I think it was the
You
third.
were on it. Oh, was it?
No, I only did the first 2 games yesterday.
Did I watch Heroic yesterday?
Then we had Gabi.
No, I didn't, right?
And I don't know.
Yeah, it wasn't me.
Anyways.
I was wondering why, because I know that game was very one-sided, but I was wondering which side Heroic started on.
All you need to know is if there's a big player on the couch, I wasn't here because I put the fear of God in those boys.
Gabi
Yeah, man.
wouldn't sit next to you?
He's all kinds of shook.
What about your boy Smoothie? I mean, you guys are from the same island. You should know each other, right?
I mean, I'm not sure if you're aware of this, but there's like 60 million people live there.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was saying.
And
Well, Red
at
Boost
least
has to
40
enter the
million of
site.
them are English.
So basically, your neighbors.
Freiburg's got a little security guard here, but he's not there in time. Or Esatag, rather, had a security guard. King of Banana is Duncan in.
Got killed by his own
Listen,
teammate.
you should have recruited me back then when I told you to.
Yeah, exactly. You know what? I'm just going to get my own back now that the round's over.
What?
Moddy.
Oh, yeah.
He's like, since this round doesn't matter, fuck you. Oh, sorry, dude. Oh, I'll drop for you next round. Here you go. There you go. Drop you on your motherfucking head, bitch.
What are you asking for there?
Or a phone charger.
Or replenishment?
You have a problem?
So what you're saying is
You have a problem? Or?
you're asking for a phone charger because you need some more than bars.
Yeah, need some more bars.
It's your problem.
Spit them, Duncan.
Not enough bars.
Sorry, we're not doing that. Maybe next time.
Okay.
7-7 your score line, ladies and Gentiles.
Don't really nade damage there onto the complexity boys of Banana. It's always the tough thing about going B early, but it looks like they're
A little bit scared of what groups you're excluding there from the message.
Ladies and Gentiles? Listen, I'm not having this conversation right now.
Is there a reason why you don't address them?
They're oh my God. And everybody else. Is that better?
There we go.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
exactly. Welcome everyone. Be inclusive.
Oh my God. Fuck off.
Exactly.
Anyway, 7-7's the score. Duncan, heartfelt,
What up,
fuck
mate?
off.
Yeah. That's going to be your
Ooh.
new Hallmark card line.
Heartfelt.
And a hearty. Well, it's the Anders, isn't it?
Yeah,
And a
that's
heartfelt
Anders.
Fuck you.
Look at this nonsense going on here in Second Oranges. All right, we're going to have
the
a party.
little
S-Tag and
fall off
Freiburg
the
hanging out.
wedge.
I'm gonna be real here. I feel like Heroic's D-holes have not been very good so far this match.
Pretty cookie cutter, just kind of staying. I mean,
Hello.
Yeah, it's like you're saying, Jordan.
Oh, he's doing him. Oh, look how much health I got.
There's small mistakes that's just like giving them bomb sites.
Considerable damage.
Give me that out, boy. That's a shame.
Look at this. Now down to Madi.
I'm just going to say this, Moddy, but I don't think they're just all going to run any crosshair, mate. And now it's impossible anyway, so... That's a shame.
I mean, I feel like at that point it's already impossible. You
It
might
was
as well
already
brush your
impossible,
stats up, you know.
You know, if you wanted to be a hero, could have gone for it.
yeah, I wonder, like, right there, like, I probably should have done that more in my career if I was in Stanislav's position there. Just go AFK right there and take the better KD line.
And
Why
just
not?
hold out.
I mean, because
Why
he's
let him
only
kill ya?
he's only peeking there out of like a competitive like mindset of like if this guy's going for it, he's obviously not going to be looking this side. He's going to be clearing close right.
Right.
So let me peek as just like a safety measure, and he dies. So it's
Team player. Team player.
Okay, so post-major complexity, what's the diagnosis?
I mean, it's been whack so far. I mean, we went 0-3 at that Star Series, so that was not good.
there's some kind of you could see when they eat here after that when they talk. I heard him talking about the matches, and it seems like there's some kind of just like
They seem quite low energy.
something between
know.
them where it's.
Like, normally you'd think an up-and-coming team should be, like, you know, super pumped. Like, yeah, it's our time, you know, we're going to show everyone. But that does seem like a little bit of a low-energy team.
One their leader is Stanislav, who's someone who is a
Very quiet guy.
Very
isn't
quiet guy. He's smart and he's focused, but he's probably not the kind of guy to hold people's hands like
He's not a rah-rah
energetically.
type dude,
yeah.
nah.
I mean, there are a couple lineups that we can say don't have those key elements of having
Because
hype,
then
so to
The
say.
you
second
notice-
most experienced guy is Shazzy, who isn't
Sure.
necessarily like a group leader type. And then Yay, Android, and Def. I don't know much. I know Def is not a shy guy, but I don't know. Yeah, that's your point.
Think about how weird that is, because obviously that was a famous hallmark of NA teams, was like trying to get hyped up and like screaming when you win around. Look at the top teams in NA right now. You got like Team Liquid, NRG, compLexity. These teams are so quiet.
Yeah.
So many sort of like introverted guys, good skills, but they're not like a big personality.
Then on EU have
this is
like,
about to go
like
one of
mouse
two
sports.
ways. Wow, look at the setup smoke right next to him. And Android. Wow,
That's
wow.
huge. That is
Where
huge.
was the other two CTs that weren't boiler room? Could anyone tell from radar?
I would assume one was like under the little...
Pace is plugging in his phone over here.
I'm not. I mean, I'm plugged in. I'm on the gear, boys.
You are definitely inside the Matrix.
I am the Matrix.
Okay, there we go.
Well, there's
Mr.
the
Anderson.
pistol round we were talking about. That doesn't always mean a lot on Inferno these days. If the CTs get one good flash in at banana or mid, you never know when they get 2 or 3 on this next round. So Stanislav is trying to do a little bit of damage to their... How many of them live? Hurt their economy a little bit.
And since we have even numbers, you can head over to gg.bet and get your guess on. Let's see who you think's going to win.
At 8-8, that's a good point, Trace.
Yeah.
Grab your Monster Energy. Focus up for the next couple hours.
When I spit a hot 16, you get 8 and 8.
Yeah.
So I did that.
Wait, so what does the first 8 mean?
Well, 16 bars.
Yes, no, I got that.
Well, it's 8-8 the score.
Oh, 8-8,
It's been
okay.
16
Okay.
rounds.
I thought you were using
Shall I just
8.
put this all together for you, the
Yeah,
basics?
I thought it
so
was going to be
I'll
8
give you
as
the-
ATE.
Oh, right, I see what you mean.
So that's what I was-
That's
so
what
then
I
I-
meant. 8, as in you get 8, like a rapper if he's wrecking you, I ate him.
Yeah, but then the second 8, what is that for? You're kind of just
get 8,
reaching
and then I
with
ate-
all of the
you get
numbers.
eaten twice.
No, it's
yeah.
8 ATE.
Okay, ATE, ATE.
EIGHT.
He did ATE, ATE, but
This
it's
is
also
not Sesame
8-8.
Street for rap. This is that boom bap real
This is
shit
that
from
boom
the
bap
streets.
real shit.
This, that real shit. Just like heroic, mopping them up with
90
guns,
beats per
bro.
minute. Maybe 88.
808.
Got the
This
808s.
is Shaheem,
808s in the mixtapes.
and Big L.
Kind of tired.
I don't know. Got it.
I'm from New York, but never was a fan of the Knicks. It's all
It's all
right.
about expanding my chips. You was mad because I was in the van with your B with her hands on her T's. This is Big L.
And he says,
One of my favorite rappers.
he says, I get mad, dome.
Yes.
Ask Beavis, I get nothing but head.
Pretty
It's
good.
not bad, right?
Pretty good.
Lyricologist.
Did you ever want to
I'm
be
a
a rapper? Son?
lyricologist.
Not even once in my life.
Really?
In fact,
I feel like you've tried a few times.
well, it's not anything I'm going to do outside of like in the mirror in the bathroom or anything. So.
And karaoke that we go to.
Well, I can dabble with the karaoke with the best of them. Sometimes
We got the
less
third round
optimal
by.
moments.
I was sitting here thinking about
Sure.
Trace rapping, and I didn't realize how Def died. Does anyone see? Is that a B control death?
Because you were deaf from these bars.
I was deaf.
Well, you're on death row now.
What was that Cat Williams stand up when he's like, "This shit you smoking is called deaf."
It's called
no, not
deaf.
deaf.
This is the shit that kill you. Kill motherfuckers.
That was a good one. That was one of his best. And then he started
He
punching
used to be on fire back in the day.
And then
he
he-
was a monster.
So he kind of lost his way, like got in a fight with some guy. I remember
He
like
just
some
looked
video.
like he aged like 20 years in about 2 years.
Yeah.
That's when you knew he'd been through some hard times. But so I'll give you the pro tip for that. Everyone knows, obviously, he's had a drug problem and stuff. That's just where you haven't had enough sleep. When you just age that much in that
Yeah.
short amount of time, you just haven't had any sleep. But
Sleep is good. Sleep is great.
sleep is the cousin to death.
Yeah.
That's why I never close my eyes.
I don't think it was that Nas's lyrics.
Speaking of
A
sleep,
lot of people have done that.
Empire State of Mind.
A lot of people.
New York
have
State
done
of Mind.
It's a tie.
Empire State of Mind.
that. NY State of Mind was the name, though.
But the Empire is the
Yes.
New York's.
I'm leaving. Great A hold by complexity last round, and now Android got the long shotty.
What, you Canadian or something? Hey, great air.
Hey,
hold
you know,
the
oh,
old
fucking
complex.
loonies
We're
and
in the
toonies,
boot
huh?
here. It's 9-9. You know,
Stanislaus got a lot of heart. You know,
he's got a lot of
this
heart.
kid. It's
you know, he's out here, and we're just about to see what's gonna happen in this next gun round. You know, and
he's
It's out for a rip, are you?
but
the guy's a gamer.
He's a gamer. And
can you? Is it weird stretching the English accent to Canadian?
It's pretty hard. Can't lie.
you guys used to be friends, right?
Well, it's weird.
Canada. They'll still be bowing before our queen, mate. So
That's true. I think she's still in the
It's all
Oh
I
dollar.
need.
yeah, you guys
That's all
still
I
do
need.
that thing
that's all I need.
with royal families and shit.
Duchesses, all of it.
I know, we don't do anything more civilized, like just write literal news articles in like the Wall Street Journal about how many scoops of ice cream our leader took.
Honestly, if we
You guys
divide
are
it
ahead
up,
of the game.
that's some interesting shit.
You guys are ahead of the game. Right, who wins the game at this point in time?
compLexity.
compLexity wins it?
It's still starting
The
to tell,
map or
though.
the game?
The map.
The map. compLexity.
I have this feeling
I'm
that
not
they're going to
feeling
win
their
as well.
CT half, man. I'm not feeling it at the moment.
They've had a rough go at with the people, the exchanges and the lives, but I have a similar feeling. They look good, but if they lose this 3v5 right here, then I will be hesitant. But I think compLexity is in a good position.
Now that's banter, because it's a Nip Navi final over there.
What do you say?
Just shitting on him, Jordan. Straight up shitting on him.
Yeah, pretty
Wait,
good.
C9 beat them?
That was in like that aim match thing where, you know, where you play like one guy's doing Deagle versus Deagle and the other guy's AWP versus AWP. They do like a standoff show match for the team that didn't make the
GG
final.
well played. Hope they come back stronger next time.
That's why he's trolling, pretending like they won a real match, you know. Okay, big round win there.
It's a second in a row, too.
Now let's see, are they going to do some sort of silly force? No. Well, looks like they're saving. Like good boys, they're just going to rush in there.
On Flash Expo somewhere. Maybe out apps. Trying to get the bomb down.
The money's still not insanely great over on compLexity, but definitely should take this round easily. One flash and Cillian, that's more of a contingency plan once they find out where the aggression is coming from. Catch somebody slipping, put them 6 feet deep.
Yeah.
Duncan. Short, Thorin shields.
Okay.
They ready to speak.
Thing is, 6 feet deep sounds like a porn movie, but not the one you're initially thinking.
Yeah, it sounds
of.
like one of those movies where, like in the 90s, where like one of the rappers just starts acting in movies. What was that?
Sure, like Tupac and stuff.
Yeah, I love that.
Like Boys in the Hood or something. That would have been Ice Cube.
There's that one that one movie where it was like Alcatraz, was it, or something?
Thing is, where Trace comes from, he also could have starred in a movie called Boys in the Hood. Different type of movie, though.
Go on. Where are we going with this?
Hey,
Real curious.
listen, you would have been a wizard if you'd have been in the movies.
Oh.
Because of your ability to act.
Yeah. I understand.
Movie magic.
Boys in the Hood.
Exactly.
Well, I only go above 50%.
And you're so classy, you'd have been grand, and then you spit hot fire, so a dragon, grand dragon.
You know how
That'd be you,
sometimes
right?
you get to that line of banter, Duncan, where you like
No,
skate
I
right
don't.
around
I
to
don't.
like you skate right around the fucking thin ice.
Yes. Yeah.
Ooh,
Well, that's the thing. In the old days, I used to just go over the thin ice, sit below the ice, and then go.
But see, the more desks we've worked
Yes.
together, I think you've got to the point where it's like, you know
get-
what, I'm going to maybe
yes.
not commit.
I'm gonna go ahead and
you've
side
said
panel
okay.
you guys and say how cool Freiburg's lineup was right there. Most people line it up in the open in the VC pit for the right, but smoke. And now Shazam looking to stand tall. Show something, Shazzy. Mert saying my
Showed his
king
head, got it ripped off.
is better. But Ye said, hey guys, I'm coming too.
Hey, don't forget about
Hey, don't forget me, I'm in library. Hey,
Was that
complexity.
intentional? Was that for the smoke there a little bit too short, right? It was supposed to
Where?
come in library?
At rap?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because
They-
it was supposed to be moto, obviously, because you're rapping, but it still has to cover
There's
library.
two plays there. One is you fully cover it, and then you want them to think you're going spawn, so the CT goes library, but then you flash through the wrap smoke. Or you leave the gap maybe because you want him to stay, and then you use a flash maybe to blind the angle.
That's why I wonder if he died, the heroic player that was
the
supposed
change
to
of
hold
it,
library.
camera position, I couldn't.
You know what's wild, Jordan, is that is still the call out in NA Moto, and yet most people playing now don't even know
no
what the
idea.
reference
Yeah,
is.
Dave Geffen.
Because obviously the other thing is they can't because
It's also shorter though. I like it because it's syllables.
oh, it's
'cause of,
good,
like,
but the
Moto
problem
pit.
is like they also couldn't figure it out because like it doesn't literally say Moto on that pit anymore. So
we need
there's
to pay homage,
there's
Valve.
no reason to know exactly. Why
That
have
would
you
be
removed
pretty
that?
fun.
It's the same
I think they
with,
should put it back.
That would be a cool way to
Delpon
honor
Mirage.
some people, huh? Is to give them
Yeah.
a spray or a little etching on the wall.
Just put something there. If you played like a spot as a legendary player or something, you know, I
Yeah.
think that'd be cool.
yeah,
but then
something
you're
they don't-
expecting Valve to know.
I know. That's you're asking too much there, boys.
Right,
Come
right.
on. I mean, we've only just managed to get them to tweet at morons on Twitter.
Do you want to specify any morons in particular? Or?
No, just they don't mean anything to me. So just any old.
So they don't
random
really have a
moron.
name. They're
No,
just kind of like.
just any old cretin on the internet.
What is this lineup? Is it just a Molly?
Might start with an H and with an Assy.
Yeah, it's just a Molly there. Expecting the
Someone slammed the door there.
execute.
Sake.
Well, that's a shame.
Oh,
Wow.
Look at that,
too.
Look at the nade 8
Look at
damage, but Def swiftly taken out, and Ye has a flash.
No bomb down. No bomb down. Wow, they're going to do this.
Wow.
This is ridiculous.
You love to see it, boys.
And it sucks because Ye and Stanislaw had a little scheme going right there, but they got a little bit overexcited, and Ye went down from the smoke push, which you kind of got to be aware of when your spawn guy leaves so fast. You just got to kind of keep that gun out for a sec.
That's brutal. Because
I
when
can
he
see
does
what you're
that nade damage, you look what the economy's like. If you win this round, you're almost at the finish
You're driving
line.
it home, yeah, but.
That's
So
new
Heroic's
life.
now back, and this is Inferno, man. It's one of those. It's so textbook in strategy when you are running the spread across the map and you see how the rotations work. It's such a great demonstration. But then, also, if a team decides to just give you any map control at mid or a banana, you could throw a couple flashes, Robin, and OGC is entry fragging you before you even blink. You know.
So let me get this straight. You guys have brought on Mo. Is that right?
What are you talking about?
OGC.
I'm not playing.
Incorrect.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
That's what Reddit said, right?
We'll be heading to commercial break. No, I don't know.
Wait, what are you
No,
talking
like
about?
Sean tweeted something about Mo joining.
Did they throw him on the roster? It would be news to me.
Oh,
But we
surprise,
did
guys.
say
Oh,
we
wow.
have
You're
17.
just starting up a bunch of drama, aren't
I'm
you?
really not. I'm just saying his name's Sean Gares. That's SeanGares. Sean Gares. I'll pull it up now.
Yeah, I wouldn't see it. You know, because obviously Jordan has no information about this, so like, why would you
Yeah,
do this?
we have 7 people. We were trying to add another 1 or 2. I
Oh,
think it's
so
the
maybe
limit
that's
8.
why.
Can I make that up anymore?
Wow. Unbelievable.
I quit. No, I'm kidding.
We'd like to thank Jordan Nothing Gilbert for his time, but we want to get back to our roots.
Yikes.
It's time to start taking the game seriously, really buckling down, and trying to get to a top level. So.
Oh yeah.
That's a real picture. That's not a Photoshop.
That's real.
Yeah, that's real.
That's not a
Just the lighting was really good that day when they were
when
taking that
reviewing
photo.
footage of Mo's recent FPLC games, we're truly excited to getting back to our roots of being old. I love it.
Yeah, man. Hey, thanks for handing that to me, Duncan. Pretty good, man.
It's all right.
I had to give an extra inch or mile there. Don't.
I
don't
always make
just,
you to give that extra inch.
Oh my God. Never a dull
Oh,
one.
sometimes I wonder if Duncan's like sitting in his hotel room and he's like, "Oh, I got one," and he just reaches over to his notepad and
writes it down.
Yeah. Some of us can just remember stuff.
no.
Do you catch that, Jordan?
What?
They pulled a little fake on us this round.
No, I wasn't.
Since
I
they
was
did
staring
the-
at tweets over here.
They did a B execute last round, so now they did a B execute fake.
I don't want to
instead
make
of
you sad or anything,
did
but Heroic's winning this map, mate.
It's
in the
looking like
stars.
the momentum
It's
has
in the
switched.
stars, because look at the money. This is going to be depressing if they lose this round complexity.
If complexity could save these weapons, then that curbs that effect a little bit.
Maybe the enthusiasm. Who knows?
Oh, I wish I could do the theme song.
Wait, how did Marty literally just lose half his whole HP? Is that a bug?
Chicken just got stuck in his feet and he dropped 76 health.
Exactly.
Or maybe he jumped down somewhere. Well then. Well, I think that was a lovely call from
The hell?
Heroic. Lovely change of pace.
Why did Mertz just kill S-Tag?
That's what I mean.
Shot him in the head
Yeah,
with
Marty
the
also lost like half his age. It looked like an op shot onto Marty too.
You just killed him. Look, he's got no gun. You shot him in the head with the AWP.
I have no idea what's going on anymore.
Because the thing is, they don't have loads of money, so you wouldn't just do that for no
Right.
reason. That seems really dodgy.
Did he crash? Did he have something that he wanted?
Right.
Did he, no, because Mertz had the op anyway, so why would you kill him?
I mean, they've done it's not a tactical. It's just no, it is a tactical. It's not a technical timeout.
Right.
So that doesn't make any sense at all.
I don't know. I'm confused.
Sometimes you got to do something strange
Don't you just get to BM your opponents?
for a little piece of change, you know?
What was it? Who was it? Fnatic and who won the 15-1?
They need more info than that.
What?
Oh,
They need more info than that.
that was
What do you mean?
Astralis.
That was a 15-1 Stralis,
Astralis.
Fnatic and Stralis
It was
when
on
they did
train.
when they were about to beat them like 15.
Oh, the major MLG Columbus.
And they
did
paused
the
it,
pause. Yeah.
and they took their tag.
That was on train as well, right?
Yes.
They're so
I
bad.
think it was on cash.
Oh, it's a cash.
Because they had a rivalry going at that time, so they're trying they're trying to add some dirt into the
that was
rivalry.
sick. That was an awesome moment.
Yeah, but see, that's why we can't have nice things, right? Because then it just turned into like this big thing right after, and then all of a sudden you say, well, we're all friends here, right?
Yeah, because no one will come out and say, you know what, fuck those guys.
Yeah, exactly.
No,
no one's stepping on the hands of the guys that are laying on the ground after the tackle's over. And that's how football's played. Back to you in the studio, Jordan.
5-versus-5 situation here. Stanislaw trying to stay ready to help at the wrap side, but Ye going to go down on his own. See, that's a tough situation.
Caught up. Oh, no one came. This will be a tough spot.
That sucks right there. Ye, that's a decision where it's like, if you're isolated there, he either asks Shazam to come in and use some nades to help you backpedal, or you need something from your teammates, because he's in an island there in Def. They didn't know he had the op. They're going to try to run him down through the smoke. Good nade usage there, though, and if you can get one more and stay alive, that's the job done. Maybe go for two, though. He has enough space.
Oh, still did a great job, though.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, okay. Nice lurk there from Marty.
20 seconds.
Body on the other side of the map, and a good read, I think, from S-Attack to know that Stanislaw might want to try to make a play.
Yeah, he hasn't got much time for this, though, because the guy coming. There we go.
Damn, that was sick.
Depp did more than he had to do.
Told you heroics taking this map, my boy. This is looking bad. There we go. Reset again.
Another pause.
That's Inferno. I never got married to my decision. That's why the analyst life, I'm always careful to be like, for sure, this map, this team.
Oh, that was sick. That was nice from Marty.
Dinked by the pistol.
That's a new series for YouTube, Jordan. This Analyst Life.
This analyst life.
This anal
Never make any
life.
statements.
This anal life.
List
with
life.
Nothing.
What are you talking about?
Jordan's whole life.
My whole life. Analyst.
So basically like a vlog?
Yeah, but it's like Jordan's everyday life to include his analyst life.
All right.
Right.
Who's on that anal list?
You know, there's a long list there. It's
Jesus
Christ.
It's day 3, ladies and gentlemen. Stunna's in the house.
Welcome back.
I know. Without you, Stunna, there was a lot less of this great banter.
Like Stunna,
you know.
just like the massive
There was way
trigger.
too much analysis of the game. You know, everyone was getting
I
real
was saying
bored,
that for day 1 and 2 as well. I was like, when Stunna comes, because he's obviously like,
Chat
just
was
lost
getting
his
worried
mind.
that we were going to talk about the game.
Basically, yeah.
Right.
I couldn't even tell you what
chat.
country I'm in right now, to be honest.
We got you guys, Twitch. We will not focus on the game too much.
Wait, there's a fine line. You have to be in between both.
We've been far on the opposite end of
Yeah, we have. Yeah. We haven't really. We've followed the
this
game
game.
way
We've
too
been
much.
trying to look at the big gun rounds. I have been at least trying to observe.
I've been watching Jordan.
The only thing tough
You've been
from
watching
here.
him, have you?
I have, yeah.
Okay.
The only thing tough from here is to see on radar is the numbers.
Oh, it's impossible, mate.
Yeah.
Like, it actually just shows how that feature only works if you're literally sat in like the position so close because it's your PC basically.
Well, compLexity needs to turn this around.
Like, I would even prefer to make it more visible for people who are watching on like a big screen or whatever. Don't even have circles. Just have like a blue number 3 or a red number 2 or whatever, and just have that moving around the map.
No, you can have it like
instead.
in matchmaking that you just have different colors too. But then I don't know how it works for colored blind people.
But I think
Well,
even
I'm
here,
colorblind, so-
you would have to have
are?
some.
Okay, yeah, okay.
It's just that's part of my problem. Like, like I can't read the blue ones at all.
But I
Those are
think
so
that
hard.
can't you turn it on at least for spectators? Or I think
don't know,
there's
is that an
because I've
option?
seen just numbers somewhere, right?
I think that would be a good idea though.
It would still have to have some sort of special outline. Like if someone is hugging a wall, they're going to be bleeding over into that black space.
Okay.
You know, part of the walls and whatnot.
What does that matter?
But enough about a shootout in Chi-Town.
You know what? You guys told me about getting off topic, and then I say one thing. Next thing I know,
I think
turns around.
Well, we could focus up here by getting ready for this hall pop that I'm pretty sure is about to happen. But
Not
a
the
good,
hall
game
pops
for
again.
compLexity. If they want to win this game, you've got to get this round.
but a
right
good
now.
molly there by coL boys, or Android rather.
Look at the
because
flank that they're going to try and push in a second as well.
This guy bottom B
If
dies
they
on
time this
CT
flank
side.
now. Watch this flank at the bottom of the mid.
Well, if he dies,
That's a massive kill.
He falls back.
they're weird. So one of the guys mid died. One of the guys out halls died. Yay in a unique kind of position where hopefully he can get one. Now he's spotted by an op.
See, they're still scared that someone can be coming behind. He's actually rotated all the way around.
And Yay just
what a
saying,
big hold.
I wonder if they spotted him down mid. That's why he rotated all the way back. Because it makes no
yeah,
sense
no, he
otherwise.
did. Someone got
They
a
did,
kill
right.
from bottom mid.
No, well, he didn't kill one, right? Because it was it Def that was in the at bottom mid?
Yeah, maybe. And like I said, a worry there is when you're pushing bottom B as they hit A, that one of the two mid guys gets you pushing B, and they could sprint
Just go
back
back.
up banana.
Yeah, no,
and even
exactly.
though your
They
team's
hadn't
not with
committed
you.
at that point in time. So.
Yeah, even if your team's not with you, you just smoke spawn, and the CT can't just fight you by himself.
A new breath of life here for compLexity. Back to you in the studio, Stunna.
Yes, indeed. Thank you very much. 13-13 being your scoreline here. Full-on purchases from both sides of the map. We're going to be taking a look here, a more intricate side here from compLexity as they try to thwart off the attack of Heroic. And now, posturing seeming over there on that A side. There's little to zero banana control for Heroic. Second now. Someone will come online and do something.
This is where the compLexity guys got to make sure they're fighting together. At least they have a little double wrap setup. Last time it looked kind of just like the play where Ye got stuck porch. It's one of those things where you know you shouldn't be in the situation. You just don't make the decision fast enough to get out of it. But him and Stan there. Well, heads up smoke from Andrew. Android expecting that porch rush. And it's going to work, but is he going to be able to actually do anything with it? Stanislav's there, but he's in a bad position to get traded now. But Ye with the big plate for 2 rounds in a row.
Lord.
Closing off
wow.
that last round and this round are all Ye's massive frag right there.
They should have lost both these rounds at the end. He just sprayed them all.
Now, if you're Heroic and you run this all the way back to the end, right?
Yeah.
That's a ball buster and a half right
All
there.
3 rounds.
Yeah. Which
Why is no one firing at him there?
No, he missed the bullet, right? Like Dasilian, I think. Because he had an op last person.
Well, this is one of those rounds now. Do you give him 15 or do you half buy or do you buy and go for the dub right here? I mean, this is one of those maps where you could totally buy, wait out nades and go for a B exec and maybe win it. But
I would totally buy here solely because if you know like economy of CT players as well, because you're like, well, if you win this round, chances are we will next one
yep,
too.
here it is, baby. We're live at Beyond the Summit here with some exciting force buy action here, brought to you by Sennheiser, Monster, AOC, and GGBet. Thorin,
which you are not forced to buy, but if you indeed choose to, then that's cool with us.
That works.
That's cool.
Yep.
Joined here by Thorin, Stunna, and Fifflaren as we're at 14-13 here of the first map of this best of 3, and the force buy is going to see the T's kind of waiting out the smoke.
And of course, Heroic here, gambling on the force buy. And if you know Fifflaren, that actually means gambler in Swedish. So if you want to gamble, GG bet. That's where you can responsibly place your bets now.
Or
is that gambler in Swedish, Fifflaren?
I believe that's what it means,
Hustler.
Right? Hustler, okay. Similar.
Fifflaren means hustler.
Yeah.
I think I've learned something every time I've come to this event.
Really?
I didn't know that.
I learned that Chick-fil-A sauce is worth
I think Mandela can probably tell me about this, but I think Fifflaren means hand job, like does it mean jerking off?
All right, well, we're here at 14-13 as the... Look at this shot, though. It's a fake big hit wall. As they're going to catch one guy backpedaling at B. He's going to throw nades and stay in the smoke. Def going down.
Holy moly.
Stanislav job right here
in ravioli.
to get that backhaul control. Right now, so Stanislav just needs to stay alive and control this area as Android is able to also pick up one. No reason to overextend here too much from Stan. It's worth fighting this, I guess, like you're saying, because they have Tech 9s. But if he was playing against AKers right there, that would be a big overextension. Ooh.
Oh, whatever. Nice try anyway.
Match point compLexity in the first map of this series, putting up 15-13 over the likes of Heroic on map 1.
That was also an example where even when you get the kills, if you can't get to the gun, it's not even worth that much, you know.
Player icon. Yeah, I guess one thing to consider is people who are colorblind when it comes to the colored numbers and stuff.
No, but that's what you mentioned, yeah.
Oh, is that what he was talking about?
Yeah, but you have to understand, in that scenario, people don't understand. Being colorblind doesn't mean you can't see any colors. It means
certain colors.
It means when colors are like similar shit, like green and brown,
like a sepia,
blur in your mind. Yeah. So as long as they were distinct, like one was red and one was blue, you're never going to confuse those two.
Hiko had that. Who else had it? Hiko.
Oh,
definitely
Fallen.
Spencer. Yeah.
Was it Fallen?
I think Fallen
as well?
said so. I know Solo from MVP had that. That's why apparently his most hated Mac was trained.
I wanted to ask a question about that in a second, but as we're at 15-13 here, this is looking like potentially the last round of the game here as they have 2 smokes and 2 flashes left.
For a free kill here, though. How has he not gotten that? What
wow.
on earth?
Stan with the big balls to just walk down and peek ramp here at the game point. And
wow.
Standard setup here today, but actually somewhat passive. You see 2 CT complexity players in sight and Shazam's.
I mean, they know it has to be there, so.
They're smartly use that Molotov, and honestly, this is a great position for complexity because even if they give up wrap right now, you already have B control. You're not worried about the spawn split.
He's going to go and check the banana, though, see. And if they catch this guy, it's like you said before, Jordan, but they're trying to split it a B. Ouch. They didn't get it banana, but who cares? You're going for it anyway.
Def doing a great job to get one and also gets the leg shot onto Mertz. So down to 4v2, but
running time off the
4 versus 1.5 essentially here.
Woo. Almost with the flick there. It's going to be depth there. The last line of defense in the B bomb site. And the rest of these CTs crashing in. The bomb has been planted. It's going to be
a rough hold.
Rough to hold, and they can't do it. A diffuse is coming in. Inferno goes in the way of complexity. And Android wanted that stat so much. He said
Molly takes everybody down.
Kills them all. We're going to overtime. Run it back. I'm kidding.
So what's next, Matt, by the way?
Nuke.
So
Heroics pick.
Interesting. Heroic should have a...
No, I think we're going all 3 maps.
Yeah, I was thinking they should go 3. Less complexity. Stanislaus is one of those strat callers, though, who could single-handedly kind of change a map pick like this because he's a very anti in a team. But
I think that they're definitely expecting. I think they were definitely expecting Heroic to pick.
Oh, this is the obvious
sure.
pick.
But yeah, in this case, I think Heroic should. I don't think they could do enough to overwhelm a team who's really solid on a map like Nuke. So, like Dust 2, where you could just abuse the big pit player or something,
right?
And take it. If someone's weak at ramp or upper or outside, you can't really abuse that. He just falls back. So
yeah. I think what cost Heroic the game was actually their CT side. If anything, I mean, there's going to be hero plays. They had 2 rounds on their T side that they should probably not have lost. But I think their actually T executes were pretty nice.
They definitely had the preset stuff.
Yeah, a lot of preset stuff, a lot of fakes.
And split pistols. But no, they actually might have got both, but they got eco'd on. No, complexity got T pistol, and then they got eco later. So.
Final thoughts?
Right.
Yeah, final thoughts before we go into the next map. Anything? I think that's about all we
I think
got.
Complexity held serve.
Yep. Boom. This could be Complexity's BO3 for the taking. And, of course, only time will tell. We're going to be going to a quick break. We come back. More of Beyond the Summit continues. And trust me, it's only getting weirder around here, so you don't want to miss it.